Good morning. So, at the moment we are on top of Max Patch, watching the sun come up. I was doing the section between Sam's Gap and Hot Springs. We ended up pulling off at Allen Gap. Our legs were kind of trash, so we decided to take a break yesterday. So yesterday we pulled off at Allen's Gap. We stopped in at Mom's shop there at Allen's Gap, grabbed a cold drink, and then we thumbed a ride to Hot Springs. We stayed at Hot Springs night before last, and then yesterday we actually drove up, visited Mount Mitchell, which is the highest peak east of the Mississippi. After that we drove to Sierra Nevada brewery in North Carolina, did an awesome tour, drank some good beer, had some good food. And then following that, we drove up here to Max Patch and we spent the night. Had a wonderful sunset, and it looks like we're going to get a most awesome sunrise. So you can see there's Benny and his duplex there, catching some cameras, or pictures. I have my hexamid set up here, my hexanet. There's through hiker set up there. They have, can't see it, but maybe there's some other people over there camped out. But as you can see, it's beautiful up here, great views. And right now I'm just chilling out. It's kind of cool, just chilling out, waiting on the sun to come up, and then we're going to get packed up. We are going to drive back to Hot Springs, get some breakfast. After that, we are going to stage cars at Allen Gap and leave one at Hot Springs, and then we're going to go ahead and finish up that section. So I'll catch you on the trail later today. So here we are again. That road right there is Allen Gap. Comes in right there, and that will be headed north towards Maine. This is headed south towards Georgia, or in our case, Hot Springs. So as I mentioned in the previous video, we took a little bit of time off, kind of recover our legs, and feeling a lot better this morning. So we're going to take only about 6.5 miles today, not counting any side trails or anything, and hang out at a watchtower tonight, fire tower, lookout tower, and then tomorrow finish up the last 8 into Hot Springs. So come across anything cool, I'll do a little video, and until then, we'll see ya. So this is Spring Mountain Shelter. The trail is right there, headed south, and it's headed north. They say this one has water, but I hear that the water source isn't very great. It looks like it's a little ways down there. I'll go check it out in a minute. But anyway, we're gonna hang out here for just a bit, just take us a little break and eat us some lunch, and then we're gonna keep going to the there's a lookout tower coming up, so we'll stay in that area tonight. All right, so then. So this is the water source. I hiked down a good little ways. Shelter's pretty far up there, and it's all downhill. But this is the water source. Fairly reliable. And I don't know if you can see that little buddy down in there. A little salamander. Oh, he's gone. He's crawling up under his rock. But anyway, that's the water that I dipped out of. That's why I treat my water. And while it is downstream, see how gooey that looks. It is downstream, but it is still pretty close to the source too. So, okay, now I'm gonna get our water and head back up. Well, a sudden change of plans. Nothing serious. Well, it could have been. Just right about there. Sorry, I'm shaking. I just walked through there, and you could tell a bear or something had been digging. And when I looked closer, I could see a nest, like a wasp nest or a yellow jacket nest or something. So me and my bright self starts poking at it. It looks like there was nothing there. Well, next thing you know, a bunch of yellow jackets flew out. So me and Benny split. I ran this way, which is the way we're supposed to be going, and Benny ran back the other way. And I don't know if you can see him now. He is right up in there. He's making the long way around because I stirred up the nest. Sorry, Benny. Okay, I'm gonna wait on him to come around, then we're gonna keep going. We should have about another 1.25 miles or somewhere around there that way, and we'll be at the tower. So I'll see you then. Okay, so currently I'm standing up in the tower. That trail you see right there, that's the spur trail off the Appalachian Trail that leads to the tower. It's probably a good 3 to 4/10 of a mile off the Appalachian Trail, and it's all uphill. However, once you get up here, you do get good views. So pretty. Like I said, I'm standing in the tower right now, and I'm not really moving around a whole lot. I'll show you why in just a second. But anyway, that looks like it's a cell phone tower right there. Got some trees blocking the view there. And we gotta look out that way. So, like I said, the floor is plywood. You can see there's several holes. A lot of places that don't look that great. So, I'm not really keen on moving around. So anyway, I think we're gonna go back down and start figuring out where we're gonna camp. So we'll see you later. So, just for the record, this is the little camp spot that's right below the tower. That trail there where Benny's coming from, the tower's up through there.
Way up there.
And then this goes back to the AT. We decided that we're going to push on about another 3 miles since it's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon and there's not really any water here. So we're going to push on past 10-year Gap. And there's supposed to be, a little after that, it's supposed to be a pond with a box spring. So we're hoping that there'll be some water there, and we'll just plan to camp out in that area tonight. So I'll see you then. Just wanted to point out, this is another water source. Mighty tempting, isn't it? Okay, keep going that way. I'll tell you what, I don't know if you can see this, but this is the worst I've ever had to deal with bugs. They are all stinking over me, and they will not go away. Okay, I gotta swat these now. Bye. Okay, so this is where the Appalachian Trail crosses over US 25/70. This is the white blaze. And then that sign, well, it's the little sign, not the big sign. That sign says, that's the Appalachian Trail up there, woo! Anyway, I've got to say, we were just bombarded by bugs. I mean, I've never had that kind of issue with bugs. It was terrible. Thank goodness they didn't bite, but that didn't mean that they weren't annoying. And holy moly, they were annoying. Anyway, the place at where we're going, the pond with the box spring, should be about another 0.6 or 0.7 miles up, so we'll see what we see when we get there. Benny, you like the bugs?
Tasty. I think they were created by Satan.
I agree with you.
Good night. That's nuts.
Alright, so here we go. Okay, so we are at a pond. It's supposed to be a box spring somewhere around here. It would really be nice because the water that we collected recently is not necessarily the best water. So if we could get some clean spring water, that would be cool. However, that water doesn't look any better than what we got. So there's also a bench here. So we are going to see if we can find that spring, sit down and relax a little bit, and then keep moving on. Okay, so I'm standing on top of Lover's Leap. I'll tell you, ever since I came here several years ago, I've always wondered what this was all about. Now today I finally get to see it. So below we have the French Broad River and all the little buildings in there. That's hot springs. And I can actually see my car. I know you can't see it in there, but I can see a park over there. Anyway, I'm gonna let Benny come up here and take a look and get some pictures. But anyway, as you can tell, we ended up not setting up camp tonight. We decided that with all the bugs that was bothering us and the thought of cold beer and some pizza, a shower, a bed, we figured we'd just go ahead and hike on out. So that right there is the Appalachian Trail coming around. Headed that way is south, that way is north. We've got about a mile before we get into Hot Springs. And then once we get into Hot Springs, I'll actually connect some dots for me. I'll have all the way from actually Amicalola to Dennis Cove. Not counting Amicalola Trail, that's somewhere around I don't know, 400, 410, something like that miles. So I'm proud. I finally connected the dots. Don't have any, well, I still do. I gotta get down there, but hopefully in about 15 minutes I'll connect that dot. So we'll see you down there. All right, folks, this is it. This is Hot Springs. Just sidewalk I'm walking along is the Appalachian Trail, and technically I've already hiked this part, so I've completed my sections. There's the white blazes. And so anyway, like I said, from here on out I got to pick up at Dennis Cove and continue heading north. I'm hoping in a couple of weeks I may be able to sneak up and do the Grayson Highlands, so then I'll have a spot missing again, but that's okay because I hear the Grayson Highlands are awesome. Anyway, everyone that watched the videos, thanks for watching. Appreciate everything. Benny's getting a shot of the river. Said this is the French Broad River. And that's the mountain we just came off of. It's been a great hike. Looking forward to doing more. And as I said, thanks for watching. See you next time. I said bye!